Good morning, Ma. We will see today the administrative structure of education in India. India is a country, we have many states and the central government at the middle to control the activities of education in India. When we look into the administrative structure in India, the educational effort in India is organized, administered, and supervised by four different agencies. They are the local bodies, the state government, the central government, and the private agencies. What's the meaning for that? Whatever the educational functions structure which is undergoing in India is maintained by these four organizations, namely the local body, the state government, central government, and the private agencies. So it is their responsibility to look into the education of the people in India. When we look into the educational structure, until 1975, education was primarily the state responsibility because the state was concerned with the educational setup or the growth of the educational percentage, everything is there. Recently, it was included in the concurrent subject. Concurrent means it is in the current trending or the most important thing which is given. In the center, we have the central government which has administered the Ministry of Human Resource Development. You would have heard MHRD, is it not? It has two main departments, namely the Department of Education and the Department of Culture. The MHRD is headed by a minister who is one among the member of the parliament. Presently, who is the MHRD president? Yes, it's you have to try to know who is the MHRD president. That is your assignment 1 here in this video. Then, next, I have shown you the picture which depicts the outline of the MHRD structure. You can see this is called as the organogram of MHRD. The organogram of MHRD shows you that there is a minister. Under the minister, there is a educational secretary. Okay, he is the person who is subordinate to him. Then there are many joint secretary. Each joint secretary has allotted a particular department. Take for example the joint secretary, one has been allotted the primary education. The other one will be looking after the secondary education. The third joint secretary will be looking after the university education. Then cultural affairs. And you can see the educational secretary has some other additional secretaries who will be called as the joint secretaries. Okay. So they are concerned with the educational activities in the union territories. And you can see the language and technical education. Technical education means the polytechnic and other things. Okay. So they are responsible for the technical and the language education. And then the joint secretary on the other hand is responsible for administration and they look after the activities of the UNESCO. They will work in organization with the UNESCO and its activities. You can see the educational secretary has an educational advisor. He will be allotted a separate joint secretaries for them. So they will look after the technical education and vocational education. Technical is nothing but looking after the IITs, polytechnics and other thing. Vocational education, vocational group, those groups which are meant for learning for jobs, job oriented education. Okay, that is called as a vocational education. Then the joint secretary, another hand, that is they look after the science education, Ariviyal Kalvi, and then industrial research. There are many industries and we have many different problems which arises from the industry. So industries, their development, what are their practical difficulties, what about the employment opportunity, everything will be dealt by this joint secretary. And you have a finance auditor, we have to look into the income and the expenditure which we spent on education, is it not? The central government, they say whenever any budget or anything is given in the parliament, submitted in the parliament, they say that we are allotting this much fund for education this year. So this finance auditor will look after that. Okay, he will be preparing a budgeting for how much for primary education this year, how much we can allot for secondary education, for university how much allotment can be given, like that they will be budgeting the thing. And you have a controller of accounts and audit who will be getting everything concised at the year ends, so that there will be an accounting. We should know what amount has been spent, what are the project or the schemes. We have many different types of schemes in India, like the Sarva Shiksha Abhiyan, Blackboard operation, then midday meal, Rashtriya Madhyama Shiksha Abhiyan, like that we have many different schemes. So this officers will look after into the budgeting. So now are you clear with what is the organogram? It is usually asked, explain the administrative structure in the center. If it is in the center, means that is a central government. So you should write about what is MHRD, who is the minister for it, and then you have to draw this outline. This outline is otherwise called as the organogram of MHRD. Are you clear? So now I will be moving on with the organogram at the state. There are some organizations which are involved in the educational planning. So throughout India, we have many different levels of educational institutions, is it not? So there should be some organizations to look into that. So what are they? Number 1, University Grants Commission at New Delhi. NCRT, National Council of Educational Research and Training at New Delhi. Then National Institute of Educational Planning and Administration, New Delhi. NCTE, National Council for Teacher Education. So we are all linked. Our teacher education institutions are linked with this NCTE. CBSE, Central Board of Secondary Education, New Delhi. CAB, Central Advisory Board on Education. Then RI, that is the Regional Institutes of Education. Regional institutes are located in 4 places, north, south and east, like that. Okay, so north, south, west and east. Bhopal, and we have in Mysore RI. Like that we have many different regional institutes. Then Kendra Vidyalaya Sangathan, New Delhi, KVS. Rashtriya Sanskrit Sangathan, Kendriya Hindi Shiksha Mandal at Agra, and Navodaya Vidyalaya Samiti. So these are the school level institutions which are involved in the educational administration of India. We can see the administrative structure of education at the state level in this slide. You can see we have take for example, now we are looking into the government of Tamil Nadu, is it not? So where you have a minister for school education, and he is helped by a secretary of school education. Then this minister of school education will have various departments under him. Take for example, he will have the minister for higher education. Then you will have secretary for college education. Then you will have the directorate of college education. Then the regional joint directors for college education. Higher education means all the colleges and the higher education institution, PhD, MSc, MPhil. So those higher education institutions will be held here. Okay. Then you have the secretaries who will be having the directors. You can see I have given there in the flow chart. There are different directors. One for the elementary education, another one for the district primary education project. Okay. Then the there will be a director to look after the teacher education, research and training. Like us, like our institution, there are many teacher training institutes that will be under his control. Then you have the director for school education. So under the director you have the joint director who will be having the deputy director and other CEOs. You would have heard this term, is it not? Chief Educational Officers. Then you will have assistant directors and district educational officers. Okay, DEO, CEO, they will be looking after the educational activities of a school, at the school level. Then you have the Directorate of Government Examinations, who will have the regional examination. You take for example, if any government exams like TN TET examination and other TNC UPSC examination or anything is conducted, they will be looking after that. Then you have the Director for Non-Formal Education, that is distance mode of education. Okay. Then you have a Director for Public Libraries. There will be a concerned person who looks after the public libraries. And you have a chairman for the Teacher Recruitment Board, who selects the teachers for the different schools. And then you have the chairman for Tamil Nadu Textbook Society. So they will all be under the control of the Secretary of School Education. So who will be directed by the Ministry of School Education. So I hope now you are clear with the administrative structure of education at the state level and the center level. So this is asked as a 10 mark usually in the examination. Explain the administrative structure at the center and the state, or you can be asked any one among them. Okay. So try to copy down this chart in your notebook and try to have a clear idea. If you have doubts, you can ask me. Okay. Thank you, ma'am.